So I'm trying out the recon class here, and for once I'm actually using the sniper rifle for this class instead of my trusty AK-5, which is just so wonderful. I absolutely love that weapon, but you probably already knew that because I can't stop talking about it. Anyways, the reason why I didn't really like to use the sniper rifles in this game is because, one, I blamed everything on the shitty netcode, which, by the way, is still a good excuse, because guess what? It's still shitty. Two, because of that ugly smoke trail they added in Battlefield 4 now, which, again, is so ugly. I never got why they implemented that in games. I mean, it looks bad, it throws off my aim like crazy in Battlefield 4, and at times it actually hinders me of seeing where my bullet lands, and it's hard to sometimes readjust my aim. And of course, three, because of the broken straight bolt that multiplies your spread over 9,000, which is ridiculous. I mean, how can you break something like that? Just don't get it. And also because I'm probably not the best aggressive sniper out there. Yeah, that's probably also why. But I put in my time, I decided it was time to step up the sniping game, and after putting in a little bit of time, I actually started doing well with these boomsticks. So here I am today, giving all of you sniping noobs / beginners, because I know some of you don't like to be called that, noobs. So I'm here to give you guys some useful tips to better yourselves at the sniping game. So the very first noob tip that I want to give you guys is move. Always move, always be on the move when you're using the sniper rifle. And you don't want to be picking off targets at super long range either, unless you have insane accuracy and magically manage to hit every enemy in the head at, let's say, 800 meters down range, which is very unlikely. But still, you need to hunt those sons of bitches down. You need to put the pressure on the enemy. You need to be aggressive. Hence the term aggressive recon, which really pays off if you're really aggressive and push the enemy. And while you're doing that, always try to find some solid cover. This is very, very important, people, because if you miss that shot, which you most likely will 80% of the time, like I do, you're gonna want to duck for cover while you're bolting that rifle. And you also want to pick a weapon that you like, that you're comfortable with. Get used to it, get used to the bullet drop, the bullet speed, bolting time, etc., all that good stuff. And once you get used to all those things, it will be a lot easier to actually get better at sniping. Mastering the bullet drop and being able to predict how high or how low your bullet is going to land is a huge help, and it will make you a better sniper, guaranteed. And a good way of getting this feel of how fast your bullets are actually traveling is to go to the gun range and practice on moving targets. You know which one I'm talking about, the 4 targets actually in the back, and it even shows you how far the targets are, which is actually pretty damn useful. So just take a couple of shots and try to pinpoint the perfect location to shoot at. Now, your first pair of moving targets are going to be moving at your standard walking speed, and the other ones, which are located right behind the first two, are going to be moving at the classic sprinting speed, so while you're holding down the shift key, obviously. And not a lot of people actually know about this, and it's really useful to get the hang of taking down moving targets, so I suggest you go do it now, sir. Or miss. This and getting used to the vehicles are probably the only two things I use a gun range for. So yeah, now you know that. Now, in terms of what attachments you should go for, what I usually go for is, okay, as my scope, I pick the 6x scope, which is, in my opinion, the best scope. You really don't need anything with a bigger zoom. Maybe the 8x scope for long-range sniping, but for the distance, I usually put between me and my enemies, which is about 50 to 120 meters most of the time. I would say the 6x scope is perfect for that range. A laser sight is always useful, for the occasional no-scope kill up close. And the sniper rifles in Battlefield 4 actually have really good hipfire accuracy this time as well, so I would definitely go with that. The red one does seem to have a little bit less visible compared to the green one. They both have the same effect on hipfire, so I would definitely go with the red laser sight. You could also equip something like a muzzle brake or a compensator for cosmetic purposes, though, because it will obviously not give you any advantage whatsoever, because it doesn't affect the sniper rifles like it does the automatic rifles in the game. And equipping something like a flash hider won't do you any good either, because you still have that ugly smoke trail. God, I hate it. So even if they don't see your muzzle flash, they will still be able to figure out your location pretty fast once they see that smoke trail. See, that's another reason why I don't like the smoke trail. I mean, it's so effective at giving your position away, and I would be okay with it if they left out the scope glint and just implemented the smoke trail. You know, with that I would have been fine, but I think the perfect solution, in my opinion, okay, listen up. The perfect solution is to nerf the scope glint just a little bit so that it's not that visible at long range, and just completely get rid of the smoke trail. That's what I think. You know, that's a thing. I think that's a nice way of balancing things out. But what do you guys think? You know, let me know in the comments. Do you guys think the whole smoke trail thing is an issue, or am I the only one who actually has an issue with it? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Now, you could also, of course, use a suppressor if you want to go all ninja recon, which is always fun. Which I like to do from time to time, but I only use it in close to mid-range combat because your bullet drop will be just so hard to deal with at long range, and it makes your bullets travel so slowly. It's ridiculous, but it's still fun to use, you know, especially on Operation Locker. I actually had a pretty good game where I had a 3.5 times scope equipped with one of those big dildo suppressors with which just look so ridiculous, but they look badass as well. Not that I think dildos are badass or that I'm into dildos or anything. Just forget the thing about the dildos. And I put one on my pistol as well, of course. I don't know, I just pick off people from behind cover, and it's just so much fun, especially with all the chaos. People are not expecting, you know, a recon with a sniper rifle, especially with a big dildo attached to it. Forget about the dildos, forget about it. Now, the final tip that I would like to give you guys is to pick a sidearm that fires fast and has decent hipfire accuracy, so you can take out all those bastards after you've clipped them with your sniper rifles. So that's it for this video, sweet people. I hope you have enjoyed this one, and hopefully some of these tips will help you out on the battlefield, although I don't doubt they will. Now, the double XP event also started today, the 28th, although I'm going to upload it to 29th, so tomorrow. And I believe it ends the 5th of December, so jump onto the battlefield, people. You know, start ranking up that recon class like a mofo. Get some points out there. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I am Dolce, and I'll see you in the next video.